a Prada bag because he proud of me, full of honey buns, with a honey bun. You know what I'm saying? One day, man.
And he proud of you. So
Hey, he brought me a Prada bag because he proud of me, man. You feel me?
Prada bag because he proud of you.
Yeah.
Honey bun.
They gonna have to catch up tomorrow. They gonna have to catch up
Ain't no
tomorrow.
catching up.
They gonna have to catch up tomorrow.
You deserve it. Come on.
You know, I like it.
There are messes, and then there's what's going on in Houston right now. On my channel, we have covered tons and tons of messy situations, but I'm not sure I've seen anything like what's going down in Houston right now. This actually kind of reminds me of the Anthony Davis "That's All Folks" saga, but even then, I don't think that situation was as bad and as confusing as what's happening right now in H-Town. Now, for those of you confused, let me help you out. What you're seeing on your screen right now, what you saw at the start of the video, is James Harden and Lil Baby. For those of you that don't know who Lil Baby is, after this video, you might want to get acquainted. He has a musical catalog that would make greats do a double take. Lil Baby is nice. Now, normally James Harden and Lil Baby hanging out would be no big deal, but check this out. Players were required to report to their home markets by November 28th or November 30th. These players were to undergo daily testing and make sure they were quarantining at home, apart from testing at team facilities, individual workouts, and essential activities such as grocery shopping and taking their kids to school. So pretty much the NBA wants players to socially distance. The season is right around the corner, training camp is starting to ramp up, and without a doubt, this upcoming season is going to be one of the hardest seasons to date to complete. I think this upcoming season is going to be much harder than the NBA bubble, because the NBA bubble, the NBA and the players were able to kind of control their environment. Players are in their home markets now. If everybody's not being safe, this season becomes that much harder to complete. Now, here's where the problem comes in. That video with James Harden was taken around the time of Lil Baby's birthday. Lil Baby's birthday is December 3rd. Players were required to report to their home markets by November 28th or the 30th. For those of you that have started to connect the dots, definitely not a great situation, but it actually gets much worse and much more confusing. At the same time, though, we also get some clarity. Get ready, because this is definitely going to be a wild video. Before we go any further, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another Get Like Coop video. And that's facts. I've been starting to stream a lot of NBA 2K21 on Next Gen. The link to my stream is going to be in the description below. Also, in the description below, you'll find the link to my rebuild channel. Rebuild's coming very soon. Lastly, be sure to like the video. It's always awesome to see you guys supporting my channel. Trust me, this is only the start. So there's a lot of people that believe James Harden was working out at the University of Houston this past Thursday, and that maybe the Lil Baby video was cap, or maybe James Harden was able to do both in the same day, which isn't the most out of there idea, because Houston to Atlanta is not a super long flight by any stretch. Stein reported that Harden had been filmed in multiple workouts at the University of Houston before leaving for Atlanta. Now, of course, in this situation, things get worse. NBA Central tweeted out that James Harden may have been at a club last night, which again wouldn't be the most out of their thing under normal circumstances, but the circumstances right now are anything but normal. James Harden's recent actions have everybody questioning his commitment to the Houston Rockets. Let's have a quick overview of everything that's happened recently regarding James Harden. He's turned down a record-setting $50 million a year extension from the Rockets. He's demanded a trade, and at this very moment, he still has not had an in-person conversation with Coach Silas, who you honestly have to feel bad for. I'm sure Silas understood he was coming into a tough situation. but I don't think there's any way to properly prepare for everything that is going on and happening. Now, Stein also reported that Silas says James Harden did not attend the team's first practice today as Houston hoped. Silas also says that Harden is expected to participate in an individual workout later. You'll be able to find an update on this workout in my pinned comment below. Now, Silas also went on to say that the NBA's protocol prevented Harden from joining the team's first group practice. I want him here, and I want him to be a part of what we're doing, Silas said. Now, when Silas was asked about Harden's commitment to the Rockets, Silas said, "That's a question you're going to have to ask him when he gets here." That response from Silas is very telling. It's something that I would have liked to hear live for more context, but I think that quote gives us like all the context we really need regarding the situation. It's a mess right now. It's not great. Now, everything that's going on right now with Harden, it's not normal. I'm sure you guys know that, but this is a complete 180 from Harden and his usual training camp approach. Usually, this guy is training with his team. He's rallying everybody. They're having group workouts. The Rockets are typically a pretty tight bunch. Now, I'm going to show you guys what Harden posted to Instagram today, and I want you guys in the comments below to let me know what this emoji means. The video that I'm about to play for you guys was LeBron's response to that emoji. That's a joke, but it is interesting that while other Western Conference teams are falling apart, the Lakers are just kind of chilling. When it comes to this whole James Harden fiasco, I really do think it sucks because you have players like Boogie Cousins and John Wall who are excited to just return to playing basketball, and it honestly shows. I mean, seriously, just check out this video from Boogie.
And it's an incredible feeling. This is something me and him have planned and dreamed about for a long time. So I'm pretty sure he's just as grateful for this moment as I am. We're super excited. There's obviously a chemistry between me and him from our college days. I mean, not only were we teammates in college, we've been knowing each other since we were 14 years old. So that's a guy I consider one of my better friends in the NBA. He was actually one of the groomsmen in my wedding. So, that's a brother for life. So I'm extremely excited to be on the floor with.
John Wall and Boogie reunited. This is something that this duo has wanted for a very long time. I wish this happened earlier in their careers, but I would be lying if I told you guys that this duo didn't have the potential to still make noise. Because at the end of the day, this duo is much more than just a duo. The Rockets have a very nice team, and currently they have one of the greatest offensive players to touch a basketball. Hate on James Harden all you want. His talent and his skill are undeniable. Now, remember when I told you guys the Rockets were an absolute mess, and the story really doesn't make a lot of sense? Check this out. John Wall says he's been talking with Harden, and he for sure expects Harden to be in Houston this season. While I'm excited for John Wall and Boogie and everybody on the Rockets, I'm still confused and sad for John Wall at the same time. He didn't want to leave Washington.
Having heard for years what DC meant to you, what you meant to DC, to decide that this was the right thing for you at this time of your career, if that is how you felt, what made this the right thing, knowing how much you had to leave behind to make a move?
It wasn't never mine. I mean, my heart and my soul was with that organization. The hard work and dedication and sacrifice I made the last 2 years was with that organization. My whole mindset was coming back from Miami from working out in the summers to get back to DC, prepare myself for a season. I never thought this would happen. It's a part of business. It's a part of life.
Wall says he and Harden have been on the same page since the trade. I hope he's right. I hope we get to see Harden, Wood, Boogie, and Wall shock the league. But man, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have my doubts about Harden remaining in Houston. But why leave when you're opening up restaurants? Let me know what you guys think about this situation down in the comments below. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm GETLIKECOOP, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.